Alright, so today I wanted to make a video about how to increase your level. I get asked this question a lot on the stream, and rather than just explain it every time, it takes like 10 minutes, we could just make a video and then point people to here. Alright, so there's several things that we have to think about first. At the very beginning, there are 3 types of power levels. There's this level up here in the top left corner, the 103. That is your home base power level. Okay, that is different than your hero level. So your hero level 82 here, right? So that is different than your home base level. So your heroes level and your home base level are different. And there's one more type of level to think about. This one here, this bar. I am at the max level right now. This is called commander level. So you use this when you level up and you get skill points. You use this to have more health and more shield and be better with whatever the abilities are on that particular hero. And then this number here is the important one. This is the one that makes you more powerful. This is the most important one of all of them. This is where your power derives from. And where does that come from? Well, at least 80% of it. So if you look here, my tech score is 2,700. We just round off. If you come here to squads, just from my survivor squads, your squads are incredibly important. 2,100 of those points, 2,100 of the 2,700 points comes from just this. It's incredibly important. Your survivor squads are the most important thing. That's the first thing I always tell people. Your survivor squads are everything. So you want to update and upgrade these guys whenever you can. If there's like a mission, and the way you upgrade them is by selecting them and upgrade and clicking level up. And this takes survivor XP. So another thing I always say, if you have a choice between a couple of missions, you can't decide which one. If one of them's offering survivor XP, always pick that one. I always default to that one, only so I can increase my survivors. I kind of stopped leveling these guys up a little bit because I can already take out pretty much anything in the game. But that's the idea. So your survivor squad is incredibly important. So how do you get your survivors? Well, you get your survivors 2 ways. Well, the slots. Each of these are a slot. So if I change this to nothing, right? So I have nobody there, right? So how did I get this? Originally, these are all locked. So I put her back.
We're in it together.
Yay, we're in it together. So you get them from 2 places. The most important thing you can do on your skill tree is the square boxes. That's a survivor squad person. This is another survivor squad person. Each of these unlocks another person in your survivor squad. Unfortunately, there's other square ones that are a little bit smaller, but these smaller square ones are defenders. You don't care about those. So what I do, and what I did on this account, I have a second account, was I focused on unlocking the survivor slots as fast as I could. I went directly to them. I would only unlock other things on the whole skill tree, only if I needed to one, get to a survivor, or because, like, for instance, I was playing soldier at the time, I needed to unlock 2-star soldiers, so I would unlock that. But for the most part, save your skill points, buy your way to the survivors as fast as you can, unlock those slots, and then fill them in with the survivor that you can. Then you have to spend a certain amount of skill points before you leave this area. I spent the absolute minimum before I left the area. I would save the skill points so that when I got to the next skill tree, I could buy I could buy my way to a bunch of survivors possibly. The first time I had like 40, and then when I went to the Twine, or the skill tree for Twine, I actually had like 130 skill points saved up. So when I got here, everything cost 4 each, but I was still able to buy a chunk of stuff and get myself some extra survivors unlocked. The fastest way you can increase your power is unlocking survivor slots. So if you go back to the squads, the higher, on a very basic level, the higher the rarity of the survivor you put here, the better. It's better to have a legendary. It's better to have a legendary than an epic. It's better to have an epic than a rare, etc. So you want to slot the highest people you can at a very basic beginning level. Later on, you're going to want to match personalities, and then their secondary bonuses. But you don't have to worry about those at the beginning. This is the beginning of the game. You probably don't have a lot of survivors to juggle around. Just put the highest rarity you can and level them up. And I try to level up all of my survivors evenly until I started focusing on tech. And then I end up everything in the tech right now. because that affects all my abilities and my traps. So I have at least epic everywhere here. So the more people you put in here and the more you level them up, this number you'll see the number, you'll see this little bar slowly fill up as you level up your team. I have well, we don't have to talk about that just yet. All right. So survivor squads, super important. So that's one way to unlock survivor slots, right? Well, that's a defender over here, right? That's one way. The second way to unlock them is going to the research tree. If you do nothing, if you can't play for a week, right? You know, you have a lot of homework, you have a lot of traveling or whatever, but anytime you can log in and just collect your research points, I'm at max everything, so I can't collect anymore. What you want to do here is the same exact thing you want to do on the skill point skill tree. You want to work your way toward the survivor slot, unlock it. Work your way the shortest path you can to the survivor slot and unlock it. And that's what I did. I would work my way to the shortest path, unlock it, unlock it, unlock it. And then, again, you have to buy a certain amount of other items here before you can move on to the next one. I would buy the absolute minimum. And as soon as I was done that, I would move on to the next skill tree and activate this, which increases your research storage and your generation limit. So it's incredibly important. So, and then from here, I would do the same thing. I would find the shortest path and work my way up to the survivor, and same here. The sooner you get your survivor slots unlocked, your power will skyrocket. All right, so skill points. And how you get skill points is this. This is XP. This is from after every mission, you get XP for the mission. The better you do on the mission, the more things you kill, etc., the more XP you get. So you want to level up. Just by playing the game, you'll level up. And you get a daily bonus every day, which gives you like double XP for a little while. You want to use this as much as you can. Level this up. This will give you the skill points, which allows you to buy the stuff from the skill tree. Doing your base defenses gives you skill points, which allows you to buy stuff from the skill tree, preferably the survivors. And then also collect your research points. Even if you just collect the points on the days that you can't play, just come in at the end of it. It's like about a 24-hour cycle. Just collect and then spend it when you have a moment. And the next day, log in, just collect it. You don't have to play. Just log in and get a daily reward of research points. The other thing that a lot of people get confused on, and this is nobody's fault. There's a lot of confusion about how all this works because there's literally 3 different levels. Well, there's actually 4, right? Because then you have gun levels, but that's a separate dialogue. So if you look at my level, I'm 103 and I'm about half of a bar in. Half of this, so about 10% in. So if I change this, so he's level 82, right? I was doing some farming. If I change it to a level 20, you'll notice that this number does not change. These heroes have no effect on your home base level. 0. Even though actually if you search the help file, it actually says in there that heroes affect it. Look, I change it to a level 20, no change. So that's a big deal. All these do is affect your health and the abilities that you have and the bonuses. Okay, so these do not affect your level. All right. The next thing you can do will definitely help your power level, especially early on, is every week in the event store, you get 2 epic survivors. I suggest, if you can afford the gold, come in here, and this is nothing more important than buying these 2 survivors every week until you have at least all epics in your survivor squad. And also, on the left, once a season, there is 1 legendary. I always buy them. Even though I have all epics already at minimum, I always buy these because you might get the better combo because, again, this is going a little bit further down the road, but having these personalities match gives you an extra bonus. So giving you more choice for personality and secondary bonuses is a very, very nice to have, but that's more long term. We're just talking about the start of the game right now. All right, so every week, go to the store. These 2, very important. Slot everything because you might have only rares or you might have only uncommons, whatever. This way you can increase your power. All right, the next thing is people think that because they have a level 130 gun, so say we're playing and I gave you the Siege Breaker, you're level 5. They think that because they have a gun that's 130, they can shoot and kill high-level creatures, like a level 100 mission. Like, oh, just give me a high-level gun, I can help you. That is not how it works. There's a very important stat here that not a lot of people ever look at. And where is it? It's this one here. Max effective weapon level, 50. 50 means 5 stars, or 1 star per 10 points. So I could use a 5-star gun, which was that Siege Breaker you saw. I can use it effectively for what it is. I can do full damage with that gun. If I give it to someone who's only a 1-star, that they're only up to 1-star items, which is actually, was it the assault rifle one? Wherever the assault rifle one is, you have to have the assault rifle ability unlocked, which would make it 2-star for you. Is that it? That's soldier. It's one of these in here that allows you to like this. Oh, that's evolution. But this stat indicates how effective the weapons are for you, and maybe maybe this is unlocked by which area of the game that you're currently in. So if you're in Twine, it'll be 5. If you're in Canny, it'll be 4. So even if I give you a level 130 gun, the gun will be nerfed down to a level 10 or a level 1-star, because that's all you can have in Stonewood. What that means is that even though I spent Sunbeam to make this gun, and I spent 30 efficient mechanical parts, high-end materials, I'm giving you a gun that's only as good as a copper weapon. Like, I'm wasting high-level materials to give you something that you could make with a copper weapon. You're going to do the same. I mean, the perks will be a little bit different, but that's the idea. The gun gets nerfed down to whatever your max weapon level is. So just because you have a high-level gun does not mean you can take on high-level creatures. Alright, the next thing you can do to increase your power level, and this will give you more skill points, is this. You click on escape, go to boosts, and then depending what version of the game you bought, depending on how many days you've logged in, you get daily rewards. These are given as daily rewards or from llamas. And so what these do is you use these. You can use all these at once. You can click this and confirm. Click, confirm, right? You can use all of them and they stack up, and you'll see that right here this number will go from, you know, 1 million, you use another one, 2 million, and it stacks up. It doesn't like, it's not like a timed thing, and it's not like it just runs out if you don't use it in a certain duration. You just use, every time you have XP boosts, use them all. They'll all stack up, and then you'll use them over time without a problem. These, because they give you bonus XP, will help your commander level to go up faster, which means that every time you go level up, you get more skill points, therefore you can unlock more survivors. So using these is very important. And if you have teammates or friends that you play with a lot, you can use one on them if they have teammate boosts, and then they can use them on you. And then if you read this text, you get an additional bonus as well. So using these will help you level your commander level much faster. Next is the daily rewards. I would suggest doing this. Just come in, collect your daily rewards, and you see I got some XP boosts. Do this because what this does is every now and then you get like a new hero, or you get a llama, or you get something that will give you some sort of bonus in the game. And so sometimes, you know, if I got this upgrade llama and it went gold, maybe I could get like a legendary survivor or a new hero. So this kind of stuff just could possibly help you become more powerful, because it gives you something that you need, like a new survivor or hero. Alright, the last thing really to talk about is that defenders, just like your heroes, do not affect your power. I just want to point that out. Like, having high level defenders in no way, even if you come here and you slot them all, does not increase your power level. So that does not help you at all. So that's about all I have. Basically, skill trees to get survivors. Survivors are the most important thing. Try to level them evenly as much as you can until you decide where you want to specialize. If you want to specialize with guns, maybe you specialize in offense and use more XP there. I specialize in tech, so it's where the weight of my points go. I pretty much don't care about fortitude or resistance anymore. I just, you know, try not to get hit a whole lot. And that's pretty much it. So if you want to become more powerful, do those things and you will see a dramatic increase in your power level. And also stop by and see us on Twitch. It's the same name as this YouTube channel, Mortalac. We try to stream daily, help out new players. And I will see you next time. Bye.